Hello again. I am removing the rear section of my CA Corvette, and so I'm doing a video on it. The videos I've seen online were for coupes, and either they left a lot of steps off or it's completely different between, I've got a hardtop convertible, so it's either completely different between the hardtop convertible and the coupe. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I've already removed the wheel. If you need instructions on removing a wheel, you probably should not be tackling this job. So let me show you. All right, so there we go. All right, there are I believe eight of these Torx screws underneath here. There's two, there's a third one right there. Fourth one right there. Fifth one right there. Number 6. And then there's 2 more. I know there's one up here somewhere. This is difficult to do. There it is. And there should be one more somewhere over here. There's a push pin. There's 2 of those that I can see immediately. Oh, there's the other Torx. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those. Before I do that though, let me set up the camera. Oops. All right, there is a mud flap right here. All right, and it is strictly held on with clips that are inside. So let me put the camera over here and quickly show you how to remove that. Okay, so basically you just get your fingers in here and get it to start just by pulling. Once you get it started, there we go. It's relatively easy. Oh, there is a bolt underneath here. So let me get my tools. Sorry about moving the camera. There we go. This is it. I'm sure it's metric, but a 9/30 seconds also happens to work. I did decide to start using my drill to speed things up. So get under here. There we go. All right. There is the screw. There'll be a lot of those. I take Ziploc bags and write on them what the hardware is, so that when I go to assemble this, I'm not sitting there wondering which screw goes where, because there's different links, there's different washers, there's all kinds of different things depending on where the screw goes. All right, let's get that taken care of. Oh, there's 2 more Torx screws right there and right there. So I'll remove those. Okay, so what I've noticed from before is that the Torx screws that hold the liner in have these thin, large washers. Okay, again, this is as much for my future memory. Last car I did like this, I thought I would have it apart and back together in a couple of months. A couple of years later, I had a stack of hardware that I had to figure out where it all went. So I've learned from that. Go ahead and over document everything. All right, so I'm going to to start removing all of these Torx screws. Normally I would just do this by hand, but since I'm doing video, I will spare you from watching me. Okay, there's two. And then there are some that I just plain can't do this way. This tool has proven unbelievably invaluable. All right. And so far, the three of these are identical. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's the one that's up here in the top. And these things are somewhat difficult to get to. All right, let's see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on my count earlier, that should do it. Then there's those two push pins that need to come out. Let me get a screwdriver. Right here or this one, either one works. If you're not familiar with these, let me show you real quick. If you look around it, there's a flat spot here. So you take a screwdriver. They probably have a special tool for this, I'm sure. But a screwdriver works. Stick it in there, and then when you turn the screwdriver, it pops that pin out. Or distorts it, depending on how well you get it under there. There we go. Kind of work your way around it. I bought the set of plastic tools to do this. Whoops, that helped. But somehow it got misplaced. All right, so this piece right here pushes in and forces out. Oh, there we go. This part right here. So set this down. Oh, while we're doing it, the other one is oh, up at the top there. There it is. All right. So again, the way this works is, here's this thing, and there we go. This goes in there. When you push it in, it forces that out. So when you pull it out, this can collapse. All right, the other one is up in here. Once you get it started, you can use your fingers. Like I said, that tool would be much better. All right. I'm gonna pull that out. And then once you pop it loose, okay, and then there are bolts all under here. Let me see if I can show you what we've got. I'll probably have to edit this at some point, but for right now. Okay, so there's 2 bolts right there. And then there are bolts in the back along this bottom edge. So that one also is the one that held on the mud flat, but there's 1, 2. If I remember, yeah, there's another one kind of hidden up there. You can see right there. So basically what I did was, once I took all the obvious hardware out and the obvious bolts, I just started pulling, and then I saw where it wouldn't come out. So I'm going to repeat that process. I'm just showing you the ones that I know of right now. All right. So these bolts that hold on the fenders are similar to the torque screws, except of course having the bolt head. And then the washers are fatter if they're holding the plastic. So just a little note there. All right. And somebody was asking why that looked like there were 2 brake calipers. That's obviously the regular brake caliper. This one's the electric parking brake, or emergency brake, whichever you want to do that. All right, I am going to get a baggie, and if I weren't videoing this, I would label this right now, but I will save you. I can always come back afterwards, watch the video. All right, now push pin piece has to come out. So what it is in addition to the hardware, they use the lip of this to hold that in. So you have to flex this quite a bit to get this to come out. All right, and then there's a split here that you have to take care of. Work your way around here. There's always one spot. It's a pain. I say always. This is the second time I've done this. It's just on the other one I do remember. Oh, forgot a bolt, a torque screw. So there's another one to add to the list. If I can find my driver. Right. One of my talents is losing tools. I'm definitely gonna have to edit this video because I can't find that stupid Torx bit, and it's the only one I have that is that size. Make sure I didn't accidentally put it in one of these. I give up. Oh, it's on the end of the drill. Just like the others. Now, let's see what happens. That's loose. Wow. Okay. All right, so this side is completely different than the other side. So that could be why. All right, so there is, let the light adjust. There we go. There's one of the bolts that holds together, and then there is this bracket right here. This thing up here. There we go. That right there. And I'm not sure what else there is, so I'm going to go ahead and take those two off and see what happens. Again, this is different than the coupes they had in the videos. And of course, anyone that's worked on cars knows that when there's a bolt on here holding anything on, body-wise, it's almost always a 10 millimeter. All right. Except in this case. Believe it or not, it's not a 10 millimeter. And we have, I believe, our third style of hardware here. So let me grab a bag. This is small washer, small bolt. All right. Oh, there's another one up in there that I didn't see. I see it now. So it's like right here. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, identical to the other one. All right, now comes that 10 millimeter. And this one did not require a deep socket. It's just, as usually happens, I've misplaced my 10 millimeter normal socket. Quite understand why they put such a long bolt in. Just to hold something so simple. There we go. All right, said 10 millimeter. Ah, That same one that caused all the problems is right there. It's very difficult to get to. This one isn't nearly as bad as the other one, so there's not as much stuff in the way. But it's right here. And I believe it's also a 10 millimeter. I think I can get away with this extension. All right. Man. There it is. So I suspect they must have put some liquid locking compound. Oh, no, you can see that the bolt is slightly purposely distorted, so it's an interference fit. So that's why those are so hard to get off. All right. Here's that one. Okay, as far as I can tell, that's all of the external hardware. We get another baggie. Throw these in there. Again, I'll label this later. Find the bag with all of these. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing is, all the way across this bottom side, there are little bolts that are, again, 9/32, or I don't know if it's 7 or 8 millimeter. Again, I can't find that, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we're going to move over to there. Oh, okay, so I also keep boxes. The reason I keep boxes is for this reason. Tools go in that box over there, parts go in here. That way when I go to assemble it, I grab that box of parts. All right. Now, if the car is high enough up to use my electric drill, this will go a lot faster, but it might not be. All right. So I was at a hardware store, and they were clearancing their cushions for lounge chairs. And I looked at it and said, hey, that'd make a great thing for laying on when I'm working on the car. All right. Put my head under here, and I will see that I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these. Let me go ahead and show you what we've got. All right, so if you look under here, oh, wrong way. You have to excuse, I gotta turn you upside down. Okay, so there's 1, 2,